Alright, we back. David here, and this is part 3. A little backstory. I used to do heavy fan art artist. I used to love doing portraits and just catching the likeness. And then I moved to actually, you know, getting those masterpiece paintings from the Renaissance from artists like Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci. So I'll set that up, try and copy exactly, you know, the way they did it. But I was like 50%, 60, So those experiences helped me learn about, the paintings techniques and all that. So I think I know one or two things about color. So that's why today I want to do a video about shadings, how to approach, coloring in harmony. So which I'm excited about. I'm gonna use the animation I used on my previous video about the head turn that applies the ease in, ease out. So I'm gonna use that one to, we'll see how you can paint behind the outlines, the line work, how you paint behind that. And this is so cool to me because now that I am a digital artist, it's so easy to like bring back memory on how it felt to be a traditional artist and now to be a digital artist. I think I'll make a separated video for that. It's kind of like tell my experience about that. And I don't want to waste too much time, so let's dive into it. I'll play it quickly. So we did that. So and again, if you play your animation, it stops. You want to loop it. So that's how you loop it. So I work on this. I want to explore how I'll go about painting this. Shouldn't take too much time. Great, because here's a reference. It has like flat colors, so it doesn't have a lot, difficult things. So it should be straightforward. First thing I want to do before diving into coloring him, I want to show you a little bit of tools, how you could navigate. So I'm gonna select these two guys, my two element, the animation and reference, and press the key button to deactivate it. Then you command R on a Mac to create a new command R on a Mac, or I think it has to be Alt R on a window. So I'll call my elements color, and then I'll set it into vectors because I don't want bitmap. Vectors is pretty straightforward. This is very cartoony style, right? And then I'll say add and close. In your node view, it's not gonna get attached immediately. You have to like attach it. But I believe if you select it, let me try. It's still not attached. So if you create an element, you have to attach it manually. So then I have my element. I create a new drawing. You know how to create. So you just come on that first frame, and then you push this button right here, the envelope with a plus sign. So then you have you access the drawing mode. Other than that, you can't you can't do anything on the screen. So gotta do that. Other than that, I need my color panel to be my settings, and so by now I'll be able to draw. If your strokes are very thin, you wanna bump it up a little bit. You either come to tools property and bump up the maximum size, or if you don't want to go there, you just hold on your O button from your keyboard, and then you can like resize it. Right, pretty cool. So if I make it like this, maybe too thick, I'll bring it down a little bit. I'm happy with that. So I'll do two shapes here. One square, right? And then I'll do another one over here, which is not gonna get linked. So this one, everything is close. and this one has an opening. I have a reason why I'm saying that. So if you have your lines, let's say you want to color this 2 squares, right? You come on your left side on your toolbar, has to be you come on that on that bucket, the red bucket, the white bucket with the red pens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So on your 9 tools, if you happen to not have these tools, don't panic. Just come to Window, say Toolbar, and then you look for Tools, right? If I do that, it disappears. So if you find yourself not having toolbars on the left side of the screen, you just come Window, you go Toolbars, and then you find Tools. There we go. You get that bucket. All you do is just change your colors, click on another colors, and because you have that bucket, all you do is just tap it, and then you're able to paint. And then I want to paint the next one. I want to paint this one right here. If let's say I wanted to paint this one, I pick my green and I come to the bucket and paint it. It's not painting, right? There's a reason why I did that, because sometimes if you draw your character and your lines are not close, they're not linked, or they're not going over each other, you're not gonna be able to paint anything, right? So you have to find a way to close this. The one way to do it quickly is just Option Q on your Mac keyboard, on a QWERTY Mac keyboard, and then you just overlap it like this. As soon as you overlap it, you come on your bucket, you're able to like say paint, and then you'll be able to paint. Pretty cool, right? I'm going to undo it to demonstrate something else. I'll leave it like this, and then I'll make another, I'll come on my pencil, make another square with an opening, right? So then there are a few instances where you want your character to have your character has a style where, you know, somewhere you need to have color but no outline. All you have to do is find the strokes, because each line has a stroke that kind of like hidden, right? So if I have this and then on my keyboard I press K, the shortcut K on your keyboard, then I get a blue line in between my pencil strokes. So, and again, each stroke you do has a stroke. Each pen brush, or you know, each line you make has a stroke. You just can't see it because it's hidden. If you press K, you hide it. So then all I have to do is link this one, the two of them. So you have two options. The first one is you hold on C, you click on that corner. You can click nearby. Toonboom is gonna understand it and link it for you. So you click and drag, and then here we go. Bingo. You have your lines, right? And you can quickly pick that bucket again, and I'm gonna pick a different color, like a yellow, right? As soon as you link that, you get your bucket and then you paint it. Pretty cool. So if you had a specific way that you wanted to like shape this thing, instead of C, you can hold on V. So if you hold on V, you don't have to come straight like this. V allows you to like, it's more like a very much control lasso, where you can make any shape you want. And if I have that, I could paint it, right? I could paint it. That's it, right? That's as easy as it gets, right? Then if you, another thing is that bucket, you can get a shortcut of it. It's on your Mac, it's option I. It gets you to the pen, to the buckets. Okay, so let's say I paint this one. Another thing about lines, let's say you paint your character, he has thick lines, but you want to get rid of the outlines, but you want to keep the color. It's few options. So you can literally come to your paint, which I use the black for my outlines. You could double tap and then rename it and say outlines. You could rename it like that. So then to get rid of them without losing them, you just double click and come on your alpha channel and then bring it down. So if you bring the alpha channel value down, your lines like vanished. So you could still animate your character with outlines, but when you're done, you're like, oh, I don't need this, guys. And then you bring down your alpha channel value down, and then you lose it. But it's still there because you could come back to them. It's, you know, that's something I wanted to show. I think there is. So then, if let's say you painted something, you want to get rid of the color, easy, right? All you do is you come to your bucket, you press and push, hold like you hold onto the button, and you could get unpaint, right? If you get unpaint, you just click it, your color disappears. Here we go. You could do that, right? So you could, again, you could press and hold the bucket, you get more drop-down menu, you go on the paint, and then you paint, let's say you paint all of them white, right? Then you get your white. Later on, you're like, man, let's say you have 10,000 elements in your file, you would like to like switch all the colors. You know, I think Toonboom kind of like allows you to say, you could come the white that you see on the screen, right? All you have to do, come on now white, right click, you right click like that, and then you come to recolor drawing, right? You push that, you get this menu right here. You get this menu, and then all you have to do, choose another color. Let's say I wanted to my drawing to go from white to yellow, and then you click on that yellow, you push OK. Everything changes automatically. So that's kind of cool. Another thing about color, we're gonna move quickly here because I don't want the video to drag. So then remember, here it's written shading. That's all my shadings are here. Let's say you have 2, 3 characters. You could literally push that plus, and then you say character. You can call it a name. Let's say David colors, right? And then I say okay. Then see my colors disappears because it gives me options to name. So I could have 5 characters. I name all of them, each colors they want. So I'll say, because I want to paint that guy, the head roll. So I call it David color. Then I'll have, you can push plus to create new colors and minus to kind of like delete them, right? And you could, like I say, you could rename it. I say outline. You can rename it like that, or you could double click and change it. I think this is pretty straightforward. So that's it, right? And now the last thing I have to say is, let's say you wanted to paint, but you don't want the outlines. Easy. You come on any drawing element that you have, you create a drawing here. Don't draw, right? Instead of drawing like that to paint it, you could just hold on V, say press K first, right, to see the strokes. And then instead of a proper brush, you wanna hold on V to actually draw a stroke on its own without the lines. Then you could easily come on that stroke and paint it. You can paint a stroke, or you can paint it with the outline. It's all same things, right? It gives you different results. So what I need to do is start painting my characters. Hugo. So then I have my guy here. See, if here is it. I'm gonna deselect this one. Here is my guy, right? I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to paint this, right? The one thing I like to do is, it's all your choice. You could create a different elements, right? Put it to the back and call it color, right? you could then start building, painting at the back of the character. Let's say this frame wire, I want to paint the head, but I do not want the outline. Easy. I just come and hold on a V. I just follow wherever I want my colors to be. Right? I just follow it exactly like that. I'll demonstrate here. Cool. Then all I need to do is come on my color, create something that looks like a skin, say something like that. Then come on my bucket and then paint it. Then you paint on the character face. Remember, the color is down, and then the outline is above the color layer. So that way you keep your line above the colors. So in this instance, you could do that, and then you go down frame by each. You kind of like copy exactly frame by frame, drawing by drawing, to kind of like create a color. But I want to approach it different. So I want to do everything in the same layers that I did my sketches, right? So remember, Toonboom gives you a little bit more. In your, say, element, in your head element, in a timeline, you get these drawings, right? I'm gonna click this guy. I'm going to click this guy and change the colors, right? It's gonna be red now, or maybe not red. Say like a blue, right? Cool. All I want to do, I want to paint everything inside the same layer. Now remember, Toonboom gives you a line art slot, and then it gives you a color slot. Remember, everything I did was on a L, which stands for line art, right? So I want to paint everything on a C, the color. So I drop down to color, right? Now, if I come, remember you come to the drawing mode, like, option Q, then you hold on V to make the stroke. If you hold on V, you make a stroke, you can't see it, that means you didn't press on K. So I press on K to see my strokes, and then all I have to do is come on each drawing. Right? I'll demonstrate one, right? Then my character will have the face will have its own color. This one shouldn't take too long, right? It all depends to your speed. So then my eyes will have a different color, right? Like that, and a little bit of beard. My neck, here's like a t-shirt, right? So right there. And then I'll close it, because you need to close everything. And then here's hair, right? And here's a mouth. That's it. So in the same drawing, I'd go down to the color slot and then paint it, right? All I have to do now is come over here to color and create a color for skin. So I call it skin, right? Then I come to my bucket and then paint it on my skin, right? And then I come on, create another one, I call it hair. I make it black, right? Make it black, and his beard is black too. And then I create another one, call it eyes. I make the eye, sound like yellow, like not too bright. And then I take the same color for the skin. I paint it on his neck, right? Paint on his neck, and then the t-shirt, like a green color t-shirt. Call it t-shirt, right? And then take it, come to my t-shirt and paint it. I want to create another one. I call it tip, right? I want it to make it a little bit brighter, or maybe not. Maybe something like that. Then that's how quick you can color. Everything is in here, right? But you know, the line work is the lines are in line outs slot, and the colors on color. So then let's say this is my character, which I created only one frame, so I played. See, I only painted one. So I have to move and do the rest for each frames. So all I have to do is just, oh, another thing. These are the colors, of course, that I just picked, randomly. But if you had your RGBs, like the skin color of your character of your choice, you just come and plug in your RGB on the side. Let's say you do not have the RGB, but you have, I have my reference over here, but the color don't match. I wanna high drop this one and select it. All you have to do is come in your color, select the color that you want to change, and then click this high drop menu. You click it, you don't let go, you just bring it exactly to the color that you want to pick, and then you let go, and bingo. And now you have the same skin tone. Same with the t-shirt. I could manually go down to here and select it. If you want to go quicker, let's say I'm here, I want to change my selection of color because I have the color panel open. I could just hold on D and click on the color that I want to go. So I want to change the t-shirt. I didn't select the t-shirt color over here. So all I have to do, hold on D and then click that. It brings me to the t-shirt. And then you can't, select this on your drawing mode. You have to go on the animation mode. So you Shift and T brings you to like animation mode where you can't technically sketch or anything. So that way you have your t-shirt, and then you click on the high drop, you bring it to the t-shirt, and then select. Now you have your character painted. That's how you go about it. What you have to do from now then, do it for all the remaining drawings, which we're gonna do now. Shouldn't take me too much time. So I'll come over here to color, and then I'll do the same thing. All right. I know how my character will be. And again, if you want like super high detail, like exactly you have to spend more time like placing the strokes so you can color it, right? So you have that. I'm trying to make this video under an hour, which I think we'll be able to get it to 30 minutes or something. It'd be cool. All right, go to the next one. I think we'll make it under 30. I'm not trying to go hour like the other videos. No. You go down, you do it for all the videos, for all the frames, sorry. You just follow with your stroke shortcut or tools. You follow it. Of course, you're not gonna do it as quick as I'm doing. I'm just demonstrating. You could take as much time as you want. I think we're almost done. We're almost there. Come on. All right. I used to do a guy that paints a lot. I go down, I think in high school in the Congo, we were heavily on likeness. We draw like celebrities and try and replicate exactly how they look. It was a fun time, you know. Got to learn a lot more than I expected. It's a good skill to have. Even though these days I'm not drawing a lot of portrait, but it used to be cool. I still miss it a little bit, you know. At some point when I moved to South Africa, I became a portrait artist. I used to draw I think at a mall, outside a mall called with the Victoria Worms. I think it's very known for waterfronts. Yeah, the waterfronts. It's a cool spot. So I used to paint there. I mean, sketch live with one of my friends. Jazz. It's been a while. Anyway, yeah. Until at some point I gave up on traditional arts, all in general. I don't know. I think it was time for me to like shift from all the traditional, trying to copy Leonardo da Vinci. You can't be as good as that guy. I mean, you can technically. I don't know. It's not impossible, but you know they are like very skilled people. They hold on a lot of history. So I got to this point here where the remaining drawing kind of look the same except the head that moves a little bit. You don't have to like go down and do it again. You could literally say Option Q on your Mac keyboard and select these lines, copy the same way you do copy, Control C, and then you come on this frame, you on C and then paste it and paste it. All you have to do is change the hair because the hair is like shifting a little bit. So then you change it again here too. Right? So once you have this, and you're good to go. All you have to do is just pick the t-shirt color, get your bucket, and tap it. Long as you had the strokes to overlap, I think you should be good. If they're not painting, then you need to go back and verify the lines to make sure you have everything to be able to paint it. So we're not doing anything fancy. I'm just showing you how you could approach the paintings in Toonboom, in Harmony. There we go. Almost. And you take your eyes. Alright. Few seconds from finishing this. Alright. I think this is pretty straightforward. I think this guy needs to have like a yellow teeth. He's not like a guy who's who's like super neat still. Kind of be like a little yellow. Yeah, that looks decent. Okay, so now inside your mouth, I do think it kind of like this looks like the skin color, but like the darker versions. So apply some inside the color shape. Low-key, you want to give my tongue a color. I'm gonna insert kind of like have a little bit of different tones, right? So pick a little pink, something like that for the color. Just a little something, you know what I'm saying? There we go. I think this is something you could exercise. I mean, this is how I paint every time I have a quick, exercise, animation exercise I'm trying to do. So I'll do that. I'll play it. Here we go. So you get that. It's not bad. It's an easy way of painting, you know. So follow the channel, keep up. You might still learn. You can learn one or two things about harmony. I think the very next video. Let me just do it now. Let's say you have a T-shirt like that. Right? You want to introduce some gradient. Easy. You just double click it. You are on solid. You come over to gradient. And then you give it a value, a darker value, then immediately you start giving like a 3D, like a 3D shapes, right? A little bit of depth into it. You could do it on the color too. Just pick on your color, come to gradient. I'm going to do a separated video on gradient, just to show what you can do with the colors. You can do a lot more. So this is how far I could take it today. Subscribe to the channel. There's more to learn here, and I'll see you on the next video. Part 4 coming.